for my last very special episode of Something to Talk About, at least for this go-around, I have one of my best buddy old Paolo co-workers, Kyle Mandapad, everyone. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite annual traditions here on Guam, the IMAs. We're going to cheese it up here at Ruby Tuesday because we literally got fondue. Come on back after this. Welcome back to Something to Talk About. Filion Guerrero, and I'm filling in for the last time because Patty Arroyo is coming back, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to offer and know that you're going to enjoy the offerings here at Ruby Tuesday. Some entree's going to come in a little bit, but the main course, Power 98 tentpole, Kyle Mandapad here, and we're talking IMAs, the Island Music Awards, right, Kyle?
If you're going to label me the main course, we're going to have a whole bunch of problems, Phil. Thank you for having me. Yeah. What a beautiful home you have.
Oh, thanks. I made it up just for you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, actually, you can enjoy the food here at Ruby Tuesday. While King's, you might notice that we're also in a different location. While King's is under renovation, going to look brand spanking new, blinged out. You can come right over next door to Ruby Tuesdays, just like we did. Kyle, I want to say that the Island Music Awards is something that a lot of people look forward to every single year, myself included. And we are in the process of preparing for this fall tradition.
That's right. So we're going to bring it back. It's going to be in October, just like it's been these past couple years. I'm really excited about it too. I mean, like you said, it's one of those things that we just look forward to. As much as I look forward to Liberation, to New Year's, Christmas, I'm sorry, my anniversary, my divorceasary, Island Music Awards is definitely up there on that list.
Okay, and let's talk about stories real quick.
Okay.
So, because I think, what year are we going to be celebrating the IMAs this year?
We started in 2009.
Okay, so DI math, that would be 7th year.
Yes, indeed, our 7th year. It's a big year for us.
It is. It is. Well, the thing is, 7 years, that's 7 groups of winners, 7 sets of performances, different venues, different legend, icon awardees. So you must have a favorite story.
Ooh, I have so many. I'm going to tell you that. And I know that's cliche. Everybody always says that. I've been producing the show for the past 3 years, along with different team members and great people who have worked together to make it all happen. But probably one of my favorite stories from before I even started producing the show was at the 3rd IMAs. That was 2010 at the UOG Fieldhouse. It was the year that we inducted Johnny Sablan and Flor Bazaquan into our Island Icon Hall. It was an amazing show. We jam-packed the Fieldhouse, and my favorite part of it was Johnny Sablan's performance. So this is Guam, right? We all know what it's like to hear Johnny Sablan. We all associate Johnny Sablan with something. Me, it's cleaning, because that's what we listen to when we're cleaning.
Was Johnny Sablan?
Growing up, yes.
Okay.
And I swear, he made his entrance from beyond the crowd.
Cool.
So he came through the crowd, walked through everybody, and you know, I get starstruck a lot. That's like that's my favorite part about the job that we do here at the Stars Media Group is meeting all the people who, growing up, I listened to and idolized. I freaked out when I met Jesse Bias, and you could have imagined me sitting there and seeing Johnny Sablan walk by with his flowers in his hair. Oh, it was nuts. I lost it. I lost it completely. Yeah. Everything all over the ground. It was crazy.
I have a similar experience where it was my first IMAs actually with the company, and it was when you guys were when we inducted Candy Taman into the island as an island icon, and to see the energy that he just commanded in an entire room was something like, man, that's why he is an idol, because he's able to do that to a room. I also love the Jesse and Ruby performance from last year when we inducted them, and so I think that like it's just another. Oh my God! Look at all this great food.
Hey,
Thanks. So we have a steak and a pasta,
This
right?
is called the petite steak with the peppercorn pasta.
Okay,
go.
petite steak peppercorn pasta. Thanks, Steph.
My gangster name.
My-
Petite steak. This is peppercorn pasta.
Yes, because I got a little bite to me.
Hey.
Sorry, I was
No,
I was
we're
going to make a lip
talking-
noodle joke, but we're talking
Different show.
Different show.
I've said that 3 times today. Different show.
We're talking about the Island Music Awards with my buddy old pal Kyle Mandapat, and while we're reminiscing, we have to bring it into the present because
Yes.
once again, 8th annual IMA,
7th annual.
7th annual
Yeah.
IMA Awards, and where are we at with the process of planning it right now?
Right now, we're in the middle of really getting everything in gear. We're going to begin our nomination process. Actually, we've already begun our nomination process. And I'll explain to you the way that the whole situation works with picking the winners and all that good stuff. But when you brought up Candy Tamin, I automatically was thrown back to it too. And you know, I'll just divert back to that just for a quick second.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts about organizing the show and producing the show, now that I'm not able to sit in the crowd and watch Johnny Sablon come out from the ground, is talking to some of the icons and talking to some of the legends. The first year that I was able to bring back the Island Icon was the year we did Candy Tamin, which is the show you're talking about. And I'm telling you right now, I talked to Candy and Uncle Candy over the course of months, weeks leading up to the show. He was ready to go, ready to do his thing, and maybe the week of the show, he calls me up and he goes, Kyle, my voice is going already. I
Oh,
got
no.
the flu. I was like, Uncle, no. I said, Uncle, drink Vicks. I don't know if that's allowed, but drink it. It'll help. And leading up to the show, we didn't know whether or not he was going to be able to perform and do his thing. So even when he got there that night, I said, Uncle, how are you feeling? He said, oh, my voice is still very bad, Kyle. I said, okay, Uncle, just let me know. I said, give me the finger. Or give me no fingers if we can't do the performance. I said, don't worry about it. If your voice is not there, I don't want to stress you out. Lo and behold, right before he's ready to go up, I said like this to Uncle. Uncle went, and I said, okay, what's going to happen here? So he got up on stage, accepted the award, and he went, he told the story about having the flu. He just got over the flu. And then the cane went down, the mic popped up, and that man blew the roof off the house that night.
Yeah, it was amazing.
A crazy, crazy time. And I was so stressed out for him, you know what I mean? But even with this guy, boom, belted it out, man. Did an amazing, one of my favorite performances from any of the shows, for sure.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's just it's a celebration of talent. The IMAs are, and it's also pretty awesome because it allows icons like Candy Tamin, like Jesse and Ruby, like so many others, to see the people that are just starting their music careers.
And I just
here on
talked to
Guam.
Joe Guam earlier today on my show, One Free Refill on New Stock 57.
Oh, was that today? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we talked to Joe Guam, Joe Pryor, and we're talking about the landscape of local music right now. And I really do believe we're in a resurgence period, a renaissance period, if you will, of that pure Guam, that local, that Guam spirit in the music. And you're seeing a lot of these young people now, people who are just starting out, like you mentioned, but they know about the Candy Tamins. They know all of their Johnny Sablon, their Jesse and Rubies, they're homegrown.
I think there's also it's awesome that you said Renaissance because it's not just to me about even it's these new people popping up. There are people who have been who've been doing music locally for so long that for whatever reason the stars are lining up and they're just releasing new material at the same time. The John Dank Show's doing it.
Original material.
The Dolls are doing it. Matala did it.
Yep.
You know, and then you have that weird, which I love, Guam combinations where it's just like 2 guys from this band and 3 guys from that band make another band, and now all of a sudden they're doing their own thing. And so this is sort of an amazing showcase of what the state of music is here on Guam, and it happens every year. And it's awesome that like you can see people come nominated year 1 and then year 3, you know, how they're more developed, how they're more confident, and yet they're still doing what they love. And I'm glad that they have an annual outlet for this.
And it's one of my favorite things to see artists, like you said, or singers or performers who maybe were on previous shows and for whatever reason they took a break and then they come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Fantasia Rioja, she won Best New Artist. She also won Song of the Year. back, I believe, the third or fourth show. And after that, she kind of fell off. Like, nobody was, where was she at? Not releasing new music. And then turns out she was graduating high school, finishing that up, kind of busy.
A little bit.
And now I see her out there performing, and she's developed so much. She still has that passion. And I feel like she, amongst other people, of course, have a better understanding and a better knowledge of who they are and who they want to be as artists. So that's another one of my favorite parts of this show.
We're talking about the Island Music Awards here on Something to Talk About. We're getting ready for, I don't know, we're going to have to eat some of this great food.
I know. We need a bigger table over here.
I think so, brother.
See that? They thought, hey, Kyle's coming, he'll eat everything. We'll be done with this so quick.
Right? We'll see how much food is left.
Keep it coming, ladies. Keep it coming.
And we're going to talk about how you can nominate your favorite artist for this year's Island Music Awards. Who's going to get the nomination and who's going to get the gold? You're going to have to go to a very special website. I'll tell you, and actually Kyle will tell you right after this. Welcome back to Something to Talk About. Philly Guerrero in for Patty Arroyo. We have Ruby Tuesday in for Kingston Mooning while renovations are done. So just pop on over if you find yourself at Kingston Mooning. You're like, oh man, it's closed. It's okay. Ruby Tuesday's here. Look at the awesome food. They have steak and pasta pairings, burgers with fries that Kyle and I can't stop picking at. And Kyle actually says this is what he gets.
This is what I get. I'm going to show it to you. Ready?
Yeah.
So it's tilapia and it's shrimp, which is perfect because I'm half Chamorro and half Filipino. Tilapia and shrimp. And then there's brown rice. And there's even like vegetables here, which makes you feel healthy. Yeah. I love it.
That's how Kyle gets away with eating all this food because there was brown rice and vegetables. Very nice. We were talking about the Island Music Awards again. Another year, another great honor to be bestowed on a whole bunch of local musicians. And in order to find out who is going to be up for the prizes this year, we have to find out the nominees. So, Kyle, is this like other award shows where people in ivory towers get in a room and go, I know who's popular this year?
Actually, it's not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. And that's the beauty of the whole show. The whole show is really people's choice driven. And like you said, sometimes at award shows, they pick who they want you to pick, and then you pick from there, and then they call it people's choice. Not the case with this show either. It's completely people's choice, straight down to the nominations. So, in actuality, the nomination process has started already. People can log on to guamima.com, and you can submit your nominations via that web form. And we've got all the categories listed. Type in whoever you want. Whoever you think is the best, of course, in those categories. And from there, what I do is we take the top 4 or 5 most nominated groups, or singers, or performers, and then we make those the official nominees heading down the road. From there, people will be able to vote on those nominees to pick our winner.
So, I mean, the field is really wide open.
It is. It's really open to everybody. And I've seen it before. I've seen like a lot of great bands come through, a lot of great groups come through, but you'll see those people also who nominate the Pala Pala DJs or whoever the case is, people who are out there making a difference in that way. And it's great. That's the beauty of it. Like I said, it's people's choice all the way through.
So I like that idea. Like, because there is there's a category of best DJ.
Yep.
And you don't have to be playing at like a big nightclub or be part of a big music festival. You could be the guy that has done the christening of 200 people over the
Weddings,
years.
you know, whatever the case is. And I see it a lot specifically in like probably the biggest category that I see that great appeal for is best dance band.
Oh, okay.
Because there are so many
Pala
great
Pala
bands
yeah.
here. Yeah, so many bands that'll get you off your dogged and get you moving. And the best dance band category is always jam-packed with some amazing talent. And like I said, the goal is really to give an award to somebody who the people of Guam feel really, you know, have made their mark in that division or in that category. And what better way than to get the people of Guam to tell us who they think the best is?
Yeah, by having open voting all the way through even the nomination process. So when we go to the website, which is again
guamima.com,
what categories are people going to find? Like for instance, let's start with the bands. What kind of bands can we vote on?
We got best reggae band, best rock band, best cover band, best happy hour. We also have best dance band, like I mentioned. As far as the individual categories are concerned, we have best male performer, best female performer. We also have opened up, and this is a big thing now, we've opened up to dance groups.
Oh, cool.
Because, man, the dance groups here on Guam, they have represented, and this has been
They're
an
killing
amazing
it
year for
internationally.
it. An amazing year
Yeah.
for Guam dance groups, because we've seen one of our groups this year went and represented at Disney World.
Yeah.
Performed it, got a gig at Disney World. How does that even
Yeah,
happen?
that's awesome.
All right, so that's going down. We've had groups represent the island in hip-hop competitions of dance. We've had, of course, a big year with FestPac.
Yeah.
A lot of our local cultural groups got a chance to shine amongst the international groups. And this year, again, we'll include Best Contemporary Dance Group as well as Best Cultural Dance Group. So we
Awesome.
can get a look at who they think the best is in those groups as well.
Okay, and so we have dance included, we have music included, individual singers. We also recognize original local music, right?
Biggest category of the year, in my opinion, comes down to this. It's Best Original Song. And this is something, like you said, you know, this year has been an amazing year for it. We've really seen a lot of groups, a lot of artists kick it up. And because of that, I really feel like this category this year is going to be one of the hottest and most contested. Now, last year, if I'm not mistaken, we got somewhere near 60,000 votes.
60,000 votes?
60,000 votes.
Wow.
And this is Guam, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get 60,000 in anything unless you got 300 kids.
Yeah, close to it.
And your social security number ends in 0.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but I'm
No,
just saying.
one, you want one.
Yes, you want one. Okay. But that is a huge number, and it really is a tell sign for how involved the community is and how involved our island is and how much pride we have in our local artists. To have that many votes cast,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so what we're starting with is trying to find out who to nominate.
Yes.
And so if you're watching out there and it's your boyfriend's band or your granddaughter's band, or if you have kids or loved ones in those dance groups, whether it's a cultural dance group or a contemporary dance group or a hip-hop dance group, really, it's open. I mean...
And, you know, just as a sign of how open it is, like you mentioned, the demographics, they span, you know, as far as people who get involved in the process.
Yeah.
Because you get people nominated who, like you mentioned, just started out, people
Yeah.
who are just beginning. And then I got a lot of nominee sheets come in for Flor Bosaquan for Best Female Performer. You know, I'm like, oh, she's an icon already. She can't win no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
But-
from that one visit you went to Chamorro Village. at or
Exactly. It
something.
goes to show. It goes to show that the span and the appeal of this show has taken on an identity all in itself. Everybody wants in. Everybody wants to make sure their voices are heard. And this is a great way to do it, especially when it comes to music.
We hear how highly competitive it is, and so you're really going to want to step your game up, as the kids on Power 98 would say.
Yeah, I'll say it all the time. Come through.
You better come through with them votes. So GuamIMA.com is where it all starts. If you think your band is worthy for multiple categories, I would say cast a wide talaza and see what comes up, because again, the top 4 or 5 is how we're going to do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Top 4 or 5 nominee getters are going to become our official nominees, and from there we'll start voting on that.
Any restrictions on voting? You know, some people need
I believe we have 1 a day. I think that's what we've put on it.
One
so
a day
far.
per device.
1 a day per device.
So use all your kids' iPad.
Do it all.
All the iPod
Go
Touch.
to your neighbor's house and use their IP address too.
Yeah, use their Wi-Fi. When you're visiting the Pokestops, make
Go.
sure you stop by the cafe that has the Wi-Fi.
The clinics have free Wi-Fi now too.
Oh,
Go
real?
to the doctor and
Okay.
vote at the doctor. Okay. Anything
Or
goes.
ride the trolley. They got free Wi-Fi too.
That's a good one.
So I don't want to make it seem like we're a huge deal, but this is Patty Arroyo's show, something to talk about.
She's a huge deal.
She's the huge deal. This is a
Kind of famous that one.
this is a very important talk show. And so since Kyle and I just bring ourselves literally to this table, we had to up the ante, step up our game to make sure that this is a quality episode. And Kyle has a bombshell announcement about the IMAs that he wants to tell you guys.
That's right. Of course, every year, Phil, we talked about island icons. We talked about some of the great legends and the people who have laid the groundwork for some of the amazing stuff we see nowadays. Some previous honorees for our Island Icon Award. The initial inaugural one was, of course, J.D. Crutch. From there, we've gone on to honor Johnny Sablan, Bokungu, Patrick Palomo, Florballs of Kwan,
DUB,
the Compadres, Candy Taman, the Radiants, groups that you really know and feel have made that impact here. And it really is, in sorts of a Lifetime Achievement Award, right? We've had all of these great people come up. Last year, we were so lucky to be able to get to work with Jesse and Ruby, whom for me, that is it, man. Soundtrack of my life has Jesse and Ruby from start to finish.
No, when one's Ori's red and the other is green.
Let me tell you.
It's okay, because it's still matching. That's island style.
Exactly. One of the big accomplishments. Honestly, I count it as one of the biggest honors of my career is to be able to work with Jesse and Ruby. And we did that last year, along with the amazing Rose Certeza, who came out and paloomed us to heaven. An amazing, amazing show. This year, we have got what I'm going to say is one of the biggest presentations we've ever made as far as Island Icons are concerned.
Okay.
This year, we've got the opportunity to say thank you. And that's really what this is. It's us saying thank you for all your contributions, all your hard work. And we're going to say thank you to a bunch of gentlemen who have made the music scene on Guam what it is, in my opinion, to the point where they've continued to gig up until this point.
Oh, wow.
They're still doing it, man. And I'm telling you, it's nuts. But I want to make sure I get everybody right here. We will be honoring this year Dr. Chuck McJohn. We will be honoring Joe Uncle Tote Cunningham. We will be honoring Jeff Carabao Taikenko. All of Mariana's Homegrown.
Wow. That's great.
It was an amazing show. The first year, of course, we honored J.D. Crutch. And in tribute to J.D. Crutch, Mariana's Homegrown did perform along with his children. This year, we are honoring the Homegrown boys. We're honoring the rest of the crew and an amazing group. And I'm getting Fugu right here. I don't know how HD we are.
Whoa,
just
look,
yet.
both of us, Kyle.
I don't know how HD we are. How come my Fugu's fatter than yours? Again, this is an amazing group of individuals who really, really have shaped through generations the landscape of music here on the island. I'm so honored to be able to say that. Mariana's Homegrown, along with the forefathers of Mariana's Homegrown, going to be our honorees this year at the Island Icons.
Amazing.
Presentation.
Okay, well, I think you just have a very, very good reason to keep an eye out for the IMAs happening this October.
That's right.
And again, it all starts with the nomination process. Go to guamima.com, fill out the web form with all of your favorite people. You can go once a day and make sure that you come to the show because Mariana's Homegrown is the Island Icon honoree. I'm so excited. And Kyle, thanks so much for coming in and making that announcement again. We had to make sure that we went out big for our Work Mom Patio Arroyo.
All over the place.
All over the place. And we're going to get all up in this food from Ruby Tuesdays. Thank you so much to Ruby Tuesdays for hosting us again. While King's Mooning is under renovation, just pop on over to Ruby Tuesday and you're going to be able to go to King's Mooning, I think, before the end of the month. So go ahead and just enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you next week here on Something to Talk About.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye.